So this story about Esther is a very important story that girls should learn from. If you are a man, you need. If you are a woman, you need a man like me. If if you don't have a good behavior, you will never, you will never get a good husband and a nice looking person, a handsome person. You will not. You will only remain with that person that will allow you to do anything you like. Today, if you want to go and sleep, do hook up. You can do it with that man. But if you want to get married to a man, look at me. My life is in order. Look at the way I dress. Look at my house. Do you think it's because I was just sleeping up and down with girls, messing up my life, then I'm still like this? My life has not been destroyed like any other person. Like here in America, you mess up your life, you either end up in child support, you end up in prison, you end up in a bad situation that you can't even walk. So, in order to get a good man, that man already knows the kind of woman that will bring less problem. Less problem in the sense that somebody has cultured that woman so that that woman has to get a good behavior. If you think you have bad behavior, your place is in every man's bed. Your place is in every man's bed. I'm just saying this as an advice. I'm not saying this like insulting girls. Every man needs a woman. I don't see any man out there that will insult a woman. If somebody wants to insult a woman, it's out of anger. But for my own case, you will never see me making podcasts like other people that they say, oh, don't give woman this, don't give woman this, do bad to women. I will never do it. I will only advise women what to do in order to be with a man. Yes. In order to be with a man, I'll bring the book of Esther. Look at Esther. The wife of the king started misbehaving, making the king going into depression. So the people working in the palace, they realize it. People that are working in the palace of the king, they must make sure the king is happy. It's just like you going to a termite colony. All the termites are working for the queen. And they are doing everything to make sure that the queen is fine. That's why I see the queen grow fat. The queen doesn't go anywhere. No stress, nothing. So they realize that this woman is a pain to the king. So they have to look for a well-cultured girl outside. So they say they have to look for a virgin. They have to look for a virgin young girl in order to give that king. Listen to me and listen to me carefully. Men like me, we are not going to marry, we'll call it koyok, or a girl that has made children, or a girl that has wasted her life, and all of a sudden she or discover a handsome looking man and is trying to do witchcraft in order to be with that man. It will not work. Every man think like me. We will need a girl that's at the age of marriage. We are not going to rape any girl, but if the girl wants to marry at the age of 18 and above, she can give birth she will grow up rapidly and she can take care of the king. It's not only about making the king happy, it's about keeping the house in order. Yeah, when they say, okay, the king needs a wife, there must be a woman, whether your age, what kind of age. We don't need that woman that they will say, oh, she was the wife of so person, or she has messed up her life. We don't need that stain. A man who has money, or a king, then whether the king is 90 something years, forget it. If the king doesn't have a wife, they will take a girl, a virgin girl, to give that king. Listen to me and listen to me carefully. Because they don't want no problem. People who have money don't want no problem. When you are coming to their life, keep your load behind and come. So that girl who is a virgin, she doesn't have no problem, no baggage that she has carried from another man. Esther, first of all, it wasn't only about baggage. Being a virgin will show how cultured that girl is. It's one thing. It's just to show how the girl can persevere to be in that state, and what kind of advice the girl has been having, what kind of people has been around the girl, what kind of environment that girl came from. Because they come in a ghetto environment. All the girls, 13 years, they have already slept with somebody. So Esther was 18 years. She has not slept with nobody. Esther was not an indigent. Like, let me quote for example, Nigeria. Esther was in Nigeria, and Esther was not a Nigerian, but got married. Let me say Nigeria has a king. God married to the king of Nigeria. She did not went there for marriage with her parents. Like, they know this is her father, this is her mother, this is her relative. Esther, it was just Esther alone that they knew. Esther wasn't there with the family. Esther was a virgin. The only person that knew Esther was Mordecai, the person who is keeping the gate, the gatekeeper of that kingdom, the gatekeeper in the king's palace. But Mordecai never made any person to know. Mordecai was a Jew, and Esther was a Jew. So when Mordecai discovered that Esther was the one that was picked, so Mordecai now started going inside the palace and is just making sure that Esther is okay. But nobody knows what Mordecai is. Mordecai can be anywhere in the palace. But when Mordecai goes inside during that time, Mordecai was going to check about Esther, the health, and how Esther is feeling, how Esther was thriving. So all of a sudden it happens that somebody wants to kill Mordecai. And Mordecai came to Esther and begged Esther, Esther, this is what is going on. This man, because of jealousy, one of the tax collectors of that kingdom, he was controlling the treasury. One very rich man once wanted Mordecai to die. Because he wanted Mordecai. Everybody was bowing down to him. Mordecai didn't want to bow down to him. So Esther, I don't want to talk the story, or Esther saved the life of Mordecai. Why? Because Esther has that good behavior. It was the good behavior, the respect that you give to your husband, that will make your husband to love you. So the situation that occurred before Esther even go to the king, Esther did not have no right to go to meet the king with his counsel. But Esther went right there, break the law, and went and told the king that this is the situation that's going on. I don't want Mordecai to die. the king spared the life of Mordecai. It was extraordinary. Everybody was shocked. They thought that day they will execute Esther. Esther will be executed. So look at me very well. It is not because of your family. It is not because you don't have a father. It is not because you don't have a mother. It is not because you don't have a family that will determine who you will be. Who you will be in this world. Look at yourself in the mirror. Stand in front of a mirror and look inside that mirror. And who you see inside that mirror will determine how you will be, what kind of life you live in. So if you want to be, will be the president of this world. Let me say America. America is, any president of America rules the world. Look at yourself at the mirror. It is only you and you alone. Forget about your background or this. Some people, they say, hey, I want to become president in America, I must be black, I must be white. No, whether you are green, whether you are what color, so long as you put on the show that pleases the population, that pleases the people of America, you'll be the president of America. Most people carry that baggage with them. That, oh, I'm not white, I can't be the president of America. Oh, I'm not black, I can't be the president of America. Oh, if I accept that I'm Indian, I'm not going to be the president of America. If I accept that I'm Hispanic, I'm not going to be. You are lying. Open the book of Esther. Open the book of Esther and discover that the king did not even know no family of Esther. Nobody knew the family of Esther. But they picked Esther and they said, look, you are the best of the best. It's just like going to a banquet. Esther went to the banquet and they selected her like what they did to Cinderella. Who knew the family of Esther? Who knew whether Esther was just the same like Cinderella? That didn't have, the father was dead and no more, the mother died before the father. And the stepmother was persecuting her. Who knew? Esther, that story, Cinderella story, is the story of Esther. Nobody knows the story. Look at that. Somebody have watched that story, that fairy tale about Cinderella. That is the story of Esther. You see, you can be anything in this world. Look at the mirror. So if today you, that girl that you are sleeping in every man's bed, look at the mirror and ask yourself, which is responsible? Nobody is responsible for your dilemma. That man that got married to you and you disappointed that man, and today you are going all around the place calling the name of that man in order to look for excuse. That excuse that you are looking for, who has granted you your wish? Who has granted you your wish? You just make that noise to every man. Today you are on this man's bed, they push you out. The next day you are on that other man's bed, they push you out. So look at the mirror. What did you see? That's their problem. The person you see at the mirror, it is you. So you want to get a man like me, or a well-developed man, a man that has reached his zenith, a man that has done a lot for his life and is just needing someone like a friend to be with, to do anything with, even to make children, even to enjoy all the wealth, even for discussion, just story, or lovey. You know you have to get that good behavior. Without that, forget it. If you don't get it, forget about it.